Part 11.6 Surah Hud. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. Kanzul Aman, Quran, Hud, 11:21-24. Those are the ones who have lost their souls, and lost from them is what they used to invent. Without a doubt, in the hereafter, they will be the greatest losers. Indeed, those who have believed and done righteous deeds and humbled themselves to their Lord, those are the companions of paradise. They will abide therein eternally. The example of the two parties is like the blind and deaf, and the seeing and hearing. Are they equal in comparison? Then will you not be reminded? These verses offer a powerful, unequivocal delineation of two distinct spiritual trajectories and their ultimate destinations. They are a profound and magnificent spiritual indictment of those who, in their profound heedlessness, have chosen a path of spiritual exile. The passage begins with a sober and majestic pronouncement. Those are the ones who have lost their souls. Lost from them is what they used to invent. This statement cuts to the very core of spiritual calamity. The loss of one's soul is not a physical demise. It is a profound and unending spiritual catastrophe, a state of being where one's inner essence is in a perpetual state of spiritual fragmentation and divorce from the divine. It is the ultimate spiritual exile, a state of being where a person is so spiritually disconnected from their Creator that they are no longer able to receive the divine light that is all around them. The phrase "lost from them is what they used to invent" is a profound and poignant truth. The worldly falsehoods, the material ambitions, and the intellectual conceits they concocted will, on the day of judgment, dissipate into nothingness. They will discover, to their eternal sorrow, that a life constructed upon falsehood and spiritual delusion is an edifice built upon sand, with no foundation to withstand the ultimate reality. The discourse then reinforces this point with breathtaking spiritual clarity. Without a doubt, in the hereafter, they will be the greatest losers. The word greatest is not a mere superlative. It denotes a loss that transcends all worldly metrics. A person may lose their wealth, their health, or their worldly status, but these are fleeting and temporary losses. The loss of one's soul, the loss of one's ultimate spiritual destiny, is a profound and unending spiritual reality, a state of being that is beyond all remediation. It is the ultimate spiritual calamity, and the verses are a profound and unsparing indictment of the spiritual heedlessness that can prevent a person from finding their ultimate solace and their bigger, ultimate purpose in the one who is the ultimate source of all existence. In stark and magnificent contrast, the passage illuminates the spiritual reward of the believers. Indeed, those who have believed and done righteous deeds and humbled themselves to their Lord, those are the companions of paradise. They will abide therein eternally. This verse is a magnificent and all-encompassing statement of the spiritual reality of a life lived in a state of spiritual surrender. The spiritual act of belief is not a passive intellectual exercise. It is an active state of spiritual surrender, a state of being where our entire being, our entire Qalb, so aligned with the truth that all spiritual doubt is an impossibility. This belief is then manifested in righteous deeds, actions that are rooted in love, compassion, and a conscious choice to live a life of spiritual purpose. The phrase "humbled themselves to their Lord" is a profound and poignant truth. Spiritual humility is the ultimate antidote to all spiritual arrogance. It is a state of being where a person, in their profound understanding of their own spiritual fragility, surrenders their own will to the divine will. The ultimate reward for this life of spiritual surrender is paradise, a spiritual reality that is beyond all human comprehension. It is a state of being where all worldly sorrow is replaced by an eternal and unending communion with the divine. The discourse concludes with a profound and all-encompassing metaphor that perfectly encapsulates the two spiritual states. The example of the two parties is like the blind and deaf, the seeing and hearing. Are they equal in comparison? Then, will you not be reminded? This powerful analogy is a final, unsparing commentary on the spiritual choices that every human being must make. The disbelievers, in their spiritual blindness and deafness, are unable to see the divine signs in creation. They walk through a world that is a living testament to Allah's existence, yet they see nothing. They hear the divine message, yet they comprehend nothing. They are spiritually dead, spiritually exiled, and spiritually lost. In contrast, the believers, in their spiritual clarity, are able to see and to hear the divine truth. They see the divine signs in every sunrise, in every sunset, in every flowing river, in every blossoming flower. Their hearts, their minds, and their souls are in a state of continuous communion with the divine. The verses are a powerful and unsparing indictment of the spiritual arrogance that can prevent a person from finding their ultimate solace and their ultimate purpose in the one who is the ultimate source of all existence. The spiritual lesson is clear. A life lived in a state of spiritual heedlessness is a life that is spiritually worthless. The verses are a final and magnificent call to spiritual awakening, a profound reminder that our spiritual destiny is in our own hands and that our choices have eternal consequences. Hadith, Section A. Hadith that beautifully complements the theme of spiritual sight and spiritual blindness is found in Sahih Muslim. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, "The example of the one who remembers his Lord and the one who does not is like that of the living and the dead." Sahih Muslim, Hadith 779. This profound narration speaks directly to the spiritual reality that is at the very heart of our spiritual journey. Remembering Allah is not just a verbal exercise. It is a profound and unending spiritual reality, a state of being where our Qalb is so connected to its creator that it is in a state of continuous spiritual life. The Hadith offers a powerful and unsparing indictment of spiritual heedlessness. It makes it clear that a life that is lived in a state of spiritual forgetfulness is a life that is spiritually dead. The spiritual reality is that our worldly blessings are a test, and our worldly trials are a test. The spiritual challenge is to remain in a state of profound and unending gratitude in a state of prosperity, and to remain in a state of profound and unending patience in a state of adversity. The story of the believers is a living testament to this truth, a powerful and unsparing reminder that a life lived in a state of spiritual despair will inevitably lead to a tragic and ultimate end. Dua, my Lord, grant me the spiritual fortitude to live my life in a state of profound and unending remembrance of you. Purify my Qalb from all spiritual defilement, and from the spiritual blindness that prevents me from seeing your signs. Grant me the intellect to reflect on the signs of your existence in the heavens and on the earth. Grant me the spiritual strength to live my life in a state of profound and unending patience. And grant me a final abode in your presence, where all worldly darkness is replaced by an eternal and unending communion with you, O Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Ameen.